aimless in a sea of the dying and shameless. A sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great.
Last time I bought tickets, I actually didn't use GameTime. I just decided to go buy tickets at Tiger Stadium right there, and it took forever because of the lines, and I should have used GameTimes, and I was stressing. Well, with GameTime, you can stop stressing, unlike I was, and start getting hyped for the fun that you're going to have. You can find any event in your area, whether that's sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, or whatever. Their lowest price guaranteed is the GameTime guaranteed, which means you always get the best prices, and if you find tickets in the same row or less, GameTime will credit you 110% of the difference. You can get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, baseball, basketball, concerts, and more. In the middle screenshot, by the way, I think it's a fantastic feature of the app. It shows you where your seat is, and you can move your phone left to right, kind of like a 3D live photo. So it's simple. You download GameTime app, you put in the code ChatSports to get $20 off your very first purchase. Pretty simple. You go to the redeem code section, plug in ChatSports, terms do apply. You got to create an account, got to have an email to get $20 off your very first purchase. The information is going to be in the description in the comment section of this video. If you're buying Lions tickets or any tickets in your area this year, make sure using GameTime. Download GameTime today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. We are here for the One Pride Podcast, took all things Detroit Lions news and rumors, and we got a lot to talk about. Free agency, Josh Reynolds, uniforms, Nate Sudfeld returns, the hero Detroit Lions quarterback is coming back to the Lions, and now we're going to the Super Bowl with his addition. No, but jokingly, we do got a good show coming up here. We're going to do some QA. Maybe we'll do a little mock draft. I got my simulator up. Maybe we can do a little bit of a mock draft and kind of see what happens, where players fall with the simulator. I like doing the simulator because, and generally speaking, not all the great players fall to you at the position you want, and that's generally what you want, right? You're not, in real life, you're not going to have every single great player is going to fall to you. It's just not how it works. So in the real world, so we could do that and have a little bit of fun. We got Lisa DeLorenzo, Shift God, 9 Drinks, Jonathan Anton, Ty Man, Eldon, Taylor, Alexis, Janelle, 9 Drinks in the building. And Drew Reinhardt. Yo, Microbike, what's good, man? That's 29 looking like now. That's 29th looking like right now. Yeah, look, 29th pick, that's where we're sitting at. I don't think we're going to be sitting there at the NFL draft. I think we're going to move up or down. I don't think they're going to sit at 29, but Lions going to get some value wherever they want to go. So let's get into the latest news before we really jump into anything today. As you know, Josh Reynolds signed with the Denver Broncos, 2-year deal, $14 million, $7 million a year. We like Josh Reynolds. With that said, that is too much for the price for the Detroit Lions. That's too much for me, and I like Josh Reynolds. $7 million a year for a number 3 or a number 5 wide receiver just doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you ask me. Donovan Peoples-Jones can pick up some of those yards, and obviously they can look to the NFL draft to acquire talent at the wide receiver position for a number 3/5. Now, look, you're going to see mock drafts that has wide receivers going in round 1 and beyond. Is that out of the realm of possibility? No. The Lions absolutely could draft a wide receiver with the 29th pick. Now, I'm not suggesting they're going to do that, but I'm saying that the position is now, in my opinion, something they could really take. And I know a lot of people would be pretty angry about that, taking a wide receiver. But it's possible. It's possible. You lost Josh Reynolds, so the whole point is to put another player in that position. And Josh Reynolds, 600 yards. He had a lot of touchdowns, too. The good thing and the bad thing about the Josh Reynolds situation, the good thing here is, first off, you're going to get younger at that position. They're going to get a wide receiver some point in this draft. I don't know what round. That's always a good thing. And Antoine Green's going to get probably some reps, a little bit more in training camp as well, whom we drafted last year. And you're getting younger, and you probably could get better, right? Like, if they took a wide receiver at 29, that's going to be a top-end wide receiver. Hell, even in the second round, the third round, that's a premium pick. And there's a lot of great wide receivers in this year's draft. Matter of fact, the last couple years of drafts of wide receivers have been excellent. Why? Because the game is going to a more passing game, so wide receivers are valued by a lot of teams, and you need to have multiple wide receivers. So they absolutely could do it. I'm not saying they're going to do it. I'm saying they could do it. Would I be upset? No. Do I want a defensive player? Yes. I would rather take a corner or an edge at that pick. But I'm not going to be upset because in Brad Holmes we trust. The guy understands talent, and he's going to upgrade his roster the best it can be. There's nothing wrong with that. Upgrading all the way around. So Josh Reynolds, I wish him nothing but the best. I have nothing bad to say about Mr. Reynolds. I don't. I hope he has a great career over there at Denver Broncos for the next couple of years, and he deserves to get paid big money. We just can't do it here. We just can't. 5 minutes of nothing. Patrick, what are you talking about? 5 minutes of nothing. I'm talking right down, my man. So that's the one deal right there. So Reynolds gone. Detroit has a wide receiver. I wouldn't necessarily say need. It's a want, right? Like, you don't really need it. You definitely want to upgrade it for sure to get at that better position. So, congratulations to Josh Reynolds. Get $14 million. $14 million. Nate Sudfeld signed with the Detroit Lions. Next, water is wet. No, I've already seen this, and I laughed really hard about Nate Sudfeld signing with the Lions. I've been hearing, now they'll trade Hendon Hooker. No, it's not happening. He unsubscribed. Good. Good, go ahead and unsubscribe. Perfectly. Perfect. Matter of fact, I'll make it even easier for you. Make it easier for you. Let's see. Him luck, but the Lions are going a different direction. Yep. Let's go ahead and make this guy unsubscribed permanently. There we go. All right. So, yeah, that's Nate Sudfeld is not replacing Hendon Hooker. Hendon Hooker's not going to get traded, and that's just the bottom line right there. Sudfeld is going to be a placeholder for training camp, and he's going to get reps in preseason, and that's it. That's all he's going to be. He's not the backup quarterback. He is just, you need to have 3 quarterbacks for training camp and preseason. What's up, Raw Podcast? What's up? Let's see. Yeah. Taylor, what's going on, man? What is going on over there? For sure. So Sudfeld is back to the Detroit Lions. Chris Johnson says Jahmyr Gibbs is the next big running back in the NFL. Chris Johnson, one of the best running backs, specifically at his time as well. So I do like that. And you can see Jahmyr Gibbs, he's special. He's got a lot of speed. He's patient. Hits the holes. And he's going to be better this year than he was last year. I can't wait to see Jahmyr Gibbs. Man, this dude is amazing on the field. Just amazing. It's great to see. Lions uniforms will be announced. I think it's April 19. Let me see the exact day for you guys. April, it's not showing it. 18. April 18, the Lions' new uniforms coming out. So we get some new uniforms here in a couple weeks. Super excited to see what it looks like and what the Lions style is going to be. Personally, I like the same color as the helmet. I love the helmet. I think it's epic. So absolutely. Get this thing going. What do you guys want? The 90s look? Do you want an old look? Do you want the same color as the alternate helmet we got? What are you guys thinking, man? I seen a fire one that made with the black unis, and I posted on my Facebook. I said that would be fire, man. It's got the blue. It's got the alternate helmet, and there's a black top and bottom. I thought that was fire. Probably the best running back since Barry Sanders that we've had. James, 100%. I do agree. James, but I really like Javid Best, but Javid Best just had the concussion injury. Javid Best was special. Javid Best was really special. Man, if he actually could have had a career in Detroit, yeah, if he could actually not have had concussions, he would have been special. Mike, you seen the Greg Newsom rumors? Yep, I seen. We're going to get into the rumors right there. A lot of rumors float around regarding our beloved Detroit Lions. Love it, love it, love it. So that's the new uniforms there. Amik Robertson tweeted out that he's so excited. This dude looks like he wants to be he's so excited, man. Amik Robertson is so excited to be a Detroit Lion. He's like, it was going to happen. I'm coming here. I want to be a Detroit Lion. I'm so ecstatic. Dude, it's cray-cray. Love it. I love it. Amik Robertson's special. I like his attitude. When do you release the 2024 schedule? Which team and dates? I don't know. Don't know. It'll probably come after so obviously it's going to come after the draft. I don't know exactly when it's going to be, but we'll find out when it does happen, when they do the schedule release, see how many Monday night games, Sunday night games the Detroit Lions have. We'll probably have 5 primetime games. I suspect that the Detroit Lions will have 5 or 6. And it's going to be fun, right? Primetime games are always fun. So that's what I suspect they'll get there. Because the Lions are they're a great team. They're absolutely great. People forget that the Panthers stole the black uniforms from us. Yep. Lions, Eagles, NFC Championship game. I don't know, man. I don't know. The Eagles seem like they're a little bit off. The couple team, again, I think San Francisco is going to be really good. I think Dallas will be good. Again, Eagles will be good. Packers will be good. The Falcons, they're going to be a surprise team. That's my surprise team in the NFC is the Atlanta Falcons. They're going to be good, man. Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, Kirk Cousins, Drake London. Oh, sheesh, that's a lot of talent right there. Let's see. Trade up and get Verse. For sure, there's definitely options for Lions to be trading up, and that's what I got. So let's talk about the latest Lions trade rumors. I made a video on my channel. You probably seen it yesterday. One trade rumor, we're just going to go through the players that have been rumored to be traded. Obviously, that's what this is about. And I believe that they're going to make some of these trades? I personally probably don't believe it, but we'll start with Hassan Reddick. This is probably the biggest option. I think it'd be after the draft. If the Lions don't get better at the edge position, they can look at the Philadelphia Eagles, maybe throw him a 6th-round pick to get Hassan Reddick. He got 11 sacks last year. I think he's 29 years old. He's still got a lot of gas left in the tank. He's not long in the tooth. He's been on multiple teams and produced in multiple teams, and he stayed relatively healthy. So that's an option for the Detroit Lions. But that would be after the draft for sure. I don't think it'd be something they would do before the draft. So if they don't get a edge rusher whom they like, that could be an option for them. Patrick Surtain. Now I'm actually hearing legit rumors that he could be traded because the Denver Broncos want to get a quarterback, and they don't have much draft capital, so they could use him, and maybe if they wanted to get up there and get a J.J. McCarthy, but we've heard rumors about Patrick Surtain. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to cost the Detroit Lions way too much. It'd be 2 first-round picks and probably something else, and that's just way too much for the Lions. So I don't think that's an option for their trading up in the draft for a player like Quinyon Mitchell or a Jared Verse. I do think is very, very possible. Quinyon Mitchell's flying up draft boards right now because I think people are seeing what we see. This guy is a dog and amazing. He's just amazing. He's a dog. I think he's going to be a great corner for a team. And so he's rising up draft boards. So maybe if he fell to the teens, the Lions could look to trade up to get him. I would love to get Quinyon Mitchell. Him or Jared Verse would be a victory for me. Like if they somehow got him. Jared Verse is slipping in drafts, in mock drafts right now. And, into the teens, the Lions, they could make a move, right, if he slips a little bit. I don't think the Lions would go into the top 10. It's just way too much, in all honesty. That's way too much capital that they would have to give up. I think it'd be a first-round pick and another first-round pick to get to the top 10, and that's just a little bit too much. Too rich for my blood even. Folks, we got 130 people in the chat with 38 likes. Let's get to 50 likes. That's 12 more. 12 more likes. We get to 100, though. You already know we're going to do the Ultra Combo, so smash that like button. thankfully for the draft, there's a lot of quarterbacks that's going to get drafted, and it's going to push talent towards the Lions. I think the first 4 or 5 picks could be quarterbacks. It really could. You got the Vikings looking to trade up. Denver's looking to trade up. You got the New England Patriots taking a quarterback. You got Chicago Bears taking a quarterback. It's just a lot of teams that want a quarterback. And then you got Marvin Harrison Jr. He's going to go probably right after the quarterbacks, maybe the Arizona Cardinals. So some of these players are going to get pushed down, thank God. Thank God. That's what I want to see. Nate Wiggins, big corner, 6'2". He's 6'2". He's tall, langy. He could play a number 1 wide receiver. That would be a nice one, but I think he gets taken before the Lions pick because he's a freak. He's a freak athlete. You don't see too many big corners like that play that well. So I think he'll be gone before the Lions pick, and that's okay. Lions just got to sit there and wait for they do it. Caleb Williams is going to be a bust. Caleb Williams is all the talent in the world. Mine is my question about him is, like, he looks like a diva, wanting a piece of the franchise, wants to own a piece of the franchise. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, to me, you got to worry about people like that don't know what their true intentions are. But we'll see. We'll see with Caleb Williams. He's going to be a Chicago Bear. So hopefully he is a bust because we don't want the Bears to finally get a quarterback. That would suck. Definitely don't want that for sure. What's up, Bill Troland and Liam Gotti? Okay, let's see. I don't think there's quarterbacks competent that they can learn the playbook without Nate Sudfeld, David Blau, Tim Boyle. That's correct. Tim Boyle is the greatest of all time. He's TB12. A corner, what Brad has, his players chill. Brad said he cooked his best meal this season. Yeah, trust Brad Holmes. Got to wait for the draft before I'm going to get really into it because I put most focus on the draft. I think you all should as well. It's all about the draft. But, yeah, Nate Sudfeld is back. I laughed. I hit up TA, Raw Podcast, because Raw Podcast absolutely detests David Blau, Tim Boyle, and Nate Sudfeld. And so when they signed Nate Sudfeld, I went straight to TA and I started giving him hell. I said, TA, he's the future quarterback of this team. TA, he's the best there is, the best there was, the best there will be. TA, you love Nate Sudfeld. You love Nate Sudfeld. Let's see. Can I get up? Let me get up here. Let me see if I could do a little mock draft simulator. Let's just have a little bit of fun before we do QA here in a little bit, about 10 minutes. We could do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So we got the mock draft simulator right here. Let's see what gives the Detroit Lions, folks. Let's see what they get. Oh, I can't do slow-mo. Sorry, I got to do a little bit fast. That's way too slow for me. All right. Now we'll do it. See who is available with the Detroit Lions at the 29th pick. We shall see. I love doing this. Would I make this trade? Hell yeah. Let me know in the comment section right now. Would you make this trade? You move back 3 spots and you get a second-round pick next year? I absolutely would do that. Is this reality? Absolutely not. I don't think this is reality. But that would be a hell of a trade. I would do that. I definitely would do that. Cooper DeJean falls there. Wow. That would be, I don't think that's going to be a reality, folks. I really, really don't think he would be there with that pick. Darius Robertson on the board. I like that. I do like that. But, I mean, this is, and you could see some of these guys could potentially be there. Kool-Aid could be there at 29. You know, Jackson Powers Johnson's flying up draft boards from Oregon right there. Depends who's available. Yeah, depends. There's some talent here. There is definitely some talent here. You know, a lot of people like wide receiver. Colin McConkey. I personally would probably just do, I'm not going to lie. I'd be like, you know what? I'd take Robinson. I want to get that edge position filled. Want to get it filled, man. Let's see where we at here with the second round. Chris Jenkins. There you go. Michael Hall. I did like him. I don't know if I'd take him right there. But there's definitely some options for the Detroit Lions. This mock draft kind of sucks, though. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. But, like, I mean, you literally could go defense first pick, go defense the second pick, wherever you want to go. I personally would just go defense. Like, I want to get this defense. I don't know about you guys, but I want to get this defense completely done, completely finished. I really, really do. I can't stand defense. Can't stand our defense. So there's going to be some good players there. Well, I don't know, back on the board, just continue to do it. But that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing a lot of mock drafts. If you redo it, at least the first 3 rounds, you're seeing the same people generally be there with the 29th pick. Kool-Aid McKinstry is going to be very close in there, but I think that's pretty much to reality. Chop Robinson, sorry, and then you got Darius Robinson, and of course, Kool-Aid McKinstry is in the 20s area. So that's generally what's happening right now for these mock drafts. We don't know what's actually going to happen in the real draft. We have no idea. This is a simulator here, but I do think Kool-Aid McKinstry could be taken before the Lions pick, and so if they want to get him, if they really like him, they would have to probably trade up. Because that's what I would think, too. Kool-Aid's overrated, he says. Hashtag Kool-Aid's, or he's a pretty good player. He's a pretty good player. No, I'm not saying he's the end-all, be-all. By all means, that's not the case at all. Yeah, Jackson Powers Johnson. There's a lot of players. I don't think he's going to be there at 29, though, Dr. Detroit. I don't think he's going to be there. I don't think he's going to be there. I think he's going to be gone before the Lions pick. He's flying up draft boards. He's flying. He's been flying up draft boards like crazy. So, man, we find out about a month, though. Super excited about that. We find out in about a month who is going to be there. Let's see. Yeah, this is what I want, James. Me and James are on the same page here. We got to get some. I don't want to say that. They like Marcus Davenport. They're saying that to be the opposite edge of Aiden Hutchinson. I have a hard time believing that's really the case. That they think that they can rely on this one. Can you rely on him? I think that's a mistake. I think to rely on Marcus Davenport as an every down guy who's going to be opposite of Aiden is not something I want to do. And I'm going to keep it 100. He injured, and he didn't play well even without injuries. So it's like, I don't know if I want to rely on it. I know we got a good defensive line coach, but I would like to get an edge. I'd like to have somebody that give you a little bit more hope. When do you think they're going to show the new uniforms? April 18, Kurt Zombie. April 18 is when they're doing it. They're going to release the uniforms on April 18. So that's when you'll know. So I can't wait. Good luck finding a tit for that tat. It's not easy. It's not easy. Let's see. If you got questions, put in hashtag Lions, hashtag whatever, hashtag, whatever you want. And we will try to answer as much questions as humanly possible. Let's see. Rumors about trade for Josh Allen from Jacksonville. Haven't heard any rumors. Let me see. Did it just pop up? I haven't heard any rumors on that. A trade for Josh Allen. I wonder what it'd take to get a Josh Allen, but I don't think that's going to be I just don't know, man. I just don't know. I wonder what it would take to get a Josh Allen. That was the draft with T.J. Hockenson. So that was the Hockenson draft. I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool. It'd be great. I just don't think I don't know. I haven't personally heard it. Let's see. He says, what were your thoughts on Johnny Wilson, that wide receiver out of Florida? He's 6'6", and he would be a problem for Holy crap, a 6'6" wide receiver? No, I haven't even heard about him. But I'm going to have to check that one out, Paul. That's a big-ass wide receiver right there. All you got to do is all you got to do is just stand in the end zone and put your hand up. You know what they should do? They should go ahead and sign the Big Show or some big guy dude and just have him stand in the end zone and catch a football. Let's see. What's the story with Goff's contract extension? It will happen probably before training camp. That's what they're working on, the Amon-Ra St. Brown and the Jared Goff one right now. I think it gets done before training camp, so that's the word right there. But you know the Lions, they're trying to not overspend and they're trying to be responsible. I got Lions repeating as NFC North champions. What you think? Why not? We're still a damn good team. The Detroit Lions are a really good team. Why not? They could be NFC North champions again. We don't know what's going on with the Vikings. The Bears, the Vikings very well could have a rookie quarterback. They got Sam Darnold as their vet. The Bears are going to have a rookie quarterback. And the Packers, they're pretty good, but I still think that the Detroit Lions is probably the better team. Probably the better team. I just did yet another mock draft and pulled Darius Robinson, Christian Mahogany, Marshawn Nealon, Brandon Fisk, Brendan Rice, and Joshua Carty. That's a great mock draft. Kind of looks like what I do. So you get your edge, you get your offensive lineman, you get Nealon, you get your kicker. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see. What about the edge from Philly? Is that Hassan Reddick from Philadelphia? Yeah, I talked about him earlier. I think the Lions could get him for a 6th-round pick. I don't think they would make a trade until after the NFL draft. I think you're going to see a lot of the big moves kind of stop now until after the draft, the bigger moves, or whatever they didn't shore up in the draft. So I wouldn't suspect anything gigantic until the draft. It'll be a little bit boring for a month, but that's about it. Lions rank these in order for what you prefer the first pick. Edge, cornerback, offensive line, wide receiver. I'm going to do edge, cornerback, and it's depending what players are there. Depending on what players is there. If somehow one of my favorite corners or something falls there, I'd take that. Or if one of my edges falls there, I'd take that. But I would just put them 1A. Honestly, they're both a big need right now. Cam Sutton being gone hurt us. And then obviously only having Marcus Davenport at edge is a concern. Yeah, there's a lot of good kickers out there. Yep, the one from Stanford. There's a lot. There's like 3 kickers. But there'll probably be 2 kickers get drafted in this year's draft. Josh Carty, yep, he's a good kicker. What edge would you take in this draft? Well, my edge would have to trade up for. If you're talking trade up, I do like Verse. If you're talking staying at 29, I like Robinson. I think that would be a nice pick. How much would cost trade up to 18? Probably a third. Maybe a 2nd-round pick and a swap of a pick or something like that. It would probably cost around between a 2nd and a 3rd. So maybe if you did a 2nd, you did a swap, or if you did a 3rd, you did another swap. Around there, probably how much would it cost? I'm trying to figure out just how much more of a GOAT Barry Sanders would be if he played in the league with no headshots, no hip tackling. Yeah, he would be. It would be ridiculous. And imagine if he played with this offensive line. Oh my God, or with this team. Oh my God. Are you nervous how we start the season due to Sutton and how the last game went? No, because Sutton sucked anyways. Jacob, in all honesty, if he didn't have a gigantic dead cap hit and he didn't get in trouble, he'd probably be released. Because he played bad last year. Cam Sutton was playing bad. So, I don't think it's much of a difference. Like, he played that bad, man. He was getting like 180 yards put on him every game. It's like, my God. So, losing him, in all honesty, the only thing that sucks is we got to wait till the post 1 to get some money back. That's it. Post June 1 to get that money back. We also have 9 games home this year compared to 8 last year. Do you see the Lions winning 12 or more games? Oof. It's going to be tough. I know we got another home game. They do that every other year. 8 and 9. So we got 9 this year. That's good. It's hard. Their schedule is harder, and the NFC North is harder. So I'm going to go with 11 wins. The NFC North is harder. It's not going to be, some easy task for the Lions to just sweep everybody. Not going to be the case. Do you think the team will be calling? No. Sudfeld absolutely is not backup quarterback. He is going to be used in preseason, training camp body. Hendon Hooker is the backup quarterback. It's not even close. Hendon Hooker is good. Sudfeld is, when I think of Nate Sudfeld, and I'm going to keep it 100. If I think of Nate Sudfeld, I think about taking, he reminds me of a pill for allergies. Well, I got to take my NyQuil today. I got to take my DayQuil. I got to get my Sudfeld in today. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Who do you want returning kickoffs since the new rule? It'll probably be Khalif Raymond, Jonathan Anton. Khalif Raymond will still do it. What's up, Aaron B? What's up, man? He says, Micro Mine the legend. Micro Mike the legend. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, guys, we're saying we should be looking elsewhere for Kool-Aid's position. Named a few potential players. Made a great point. Yeah, there's a lot of good corners out there. There's a lot. In the draft, it's going to be great. The Lions are going to get upgraded in the secondary. It's going to happen. Mike, when you get time, watch of Jonas Ellis's tape. He plays with the ferociousness. I'm going to have to watch it. Definitely going to have to watch it. I want to see our bye week and schedule first, but I would like to say 12 wins again. I would love 12 wins. I do. I know the schedule is going to be tougher, but is it? We don't really know, right? Because teams go up and down. It's crazy. So, I know last year we have an easy schedule, but then there's teams we thought would be good that weren't as good as we thought, like Eagles, and then there's teams that we thought would be bad, like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who's a little bit better than what they thought. So we'll see, man. Don't really know, right? Don't really know how teams are going to play out each year. Just because you're good one year doesn't make you be good the next year. That's for sure. Let's see. Yes, 100%, Josh Jackson. He's just a camp body. But it's our Bra Podcast favorite player. He actually, I was thinking about making a top 100 and being Nate Sudfeld being number 1, like the Nathan Peterman top 100 video. That was hilarious. Mike, for MVP, who do you think tags the biggest jump next year from the rookie class? Great question. I'll go with Jack Campbell. He will take the biggest jump because the other 3 did so good. Or Broderick Martin. Let's do Broderick Martin because all he could do is go up. Broderick Martin, I think he only played in 2 games in a selective snaps. So I'm going to say Broderick Martin has to do the biggest jump. Has to. Because he barely got anything. So if he gets playing time this year, it's automatically he gets the biggest jump. Unfortunately, I think the Bears and Packers will be good. Beatable, but good. Yep, they're going to be good. The Bears will have a rookie quarterback, so they'll have good games and then they'll have bad games, but they're a good team. You know how rookies, they have their up and downs. We've seen it before, but their defense is so good, and they really got some good offensive weapons over there, so they'll be good and bad. Packers, I think they're going to be pretty good, but I think they're going to have bad games. I don't think Jordan Love's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I don't think he's no Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers, but he's good. Let's see. Yeah, he's giving you a ton. Lions Talk Live. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to Dan the Man. Lions Talk Live. I believe the Lions are targeting one more key free agent pickup. Watching on the plane ride home. So he says the Lions may pick up somebody else. Maybe it's a trade or free agency. We shall see. Yeah, Jack Campbell has way more starting experience than Broderick Martin. Way more. Broderick Martin barely played. Hopefully he can come in there and get some in there. Sorsdale, yeah, he becoming a starting guard for this team. I don't see, not this year. I hope he develops into a starting guard. I don't see it happening this year. Hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes. Smash that like button right meow as we continue to go on with the show. Let's get to 100 likes. Let's see. Already talked about that. What about TJ Tampa? I think he's a second-round grade, so if the Detroit Lions were wanting to get a TJ Tampa, I think you can wait to the second round. I have a lot of corners that's a little bit better than them, but that's an option. What if they go edge or go guard or wide receiver at 29? Or if they traded back and you picked up another second-round pick, that could be something for a TJ Tampa. I have a second-round grade on him. No Cam Sutton update. He's still on the run. Cam Sutton is a fugitive on the run. Maybe he'll be in America's Most Wanted. That'd be funny. Cam Sutton. At least he didn't try to steal something because the guy can't catch anything, so you just drop whatever he's stealing. Let's see. Tell us about Stiggers from the CFL. I don't know about him. Development of your young players is going to be huge. Yep, that's what it's all about in Bo Booth. I mean, look at Derek Barnes' development. Year 3, he explodes. Melifonwu's development explodes. It's all about developing. 100%. You got to develop. You draft a player, develop them, and you put them in the rotation. And now we have 2 players who we drafted a couple years ago who's absolute starters for the Detroit Lions, and they're good. Melifonwu, if he played like he did the last 6 games, an all-pro safety. He was playing lights out last year. He was playing all-pro level. I mean, it was amazing to see what he was doing. I think the post June 1, they're going to get money back. I don't know if it's going to be all of it, but they're going to get a lot of cap relief post June 1. Based on the current roster, who's going to return us? It's going to be Khalif Raymond. He'll probably be the returner. Craig Reynolds would probably be the backup. Expect it. Unless they draft a guy, they could draft a fast guy in this year's draft. But I would say Khalif Raymond. Josh Reynolds. Well, if you are a Denver Broncos fan, I'll give you a little bit hit on here. Josh Reynolds he's a really good complement receiver. For us, he was a number 3, 2 for a while. But he is good. He catches footballs. He gets open. He's feisty. He gave us 600 yards, but he does fumble. Keep that in mind. He fumbled multiple times for the Detroit Lions last year after he catches the football. That's one thing that he struggles with a little bit. And in the NFC Championship game, he dropped a couple big passes. But he's a good receiver. He's going to help your team out. I wish him nothing but the best. For your team, he'll get more touches. He's probably going to be like a number 2, number 3. So you're good over there. Cooper Beebe. I love Cooper Beebe. I love Cooper Beebe. I think he's good. I got a second-round grade on him earlier in the second round, not where we pick. I'd love to get Cooper Beebe. He would be a stud for the Lions guard. He would be. There's a lot of good guards. I know where Cam Sutton is. He in Ray Rice's basement, so they're beating on people over there. Would you prefer edge or cornerback at 29? Either or. I just want BPA. So I'm right there. Like, for me, that's what I'm going with the 29th pick. I'm not Brad Holmes. He could do whatever he wants to do. But for me, I would prefer edge or cornerback. Best player available. So whoever is the best at that position, draft it. Hey, what's up, Bugs, man? Cannot wait for next season. Off to work. Just one drop comment. Yeah, I can't wait till next season. And it's coming quick, folks. We got the draft in a month. In May, June, July. Guess what? Right after the draft, we're getting a training camp 2 months later. And guess what? We are back to 6 days a week again. We are back to doing play-by-play commentary. This time I'm going to Ford Field. And I'm going to be in a suite this time. Playing around. I want to have fun. Plus, I want to take my lady to Ford Field and experience what it's like to be at a Detroit Lions game, because there's nothing like it. Anybody's been to a game will tell you it is awesome. It is great. It is fun. He is a solid receiver. You know, I was listening to Mike Valenti mocking him and Donovan Peoples-Jones. I was like, what is your guys' what did he do last year that was bad? He came for a trade. He come in there, and I thought he did good for his role. He was a number 5. I think he can be a number 3 for sure. He's big, man. He's good at contested catches. He gets open. Oh, there's nothing wrong with Donovan Peoples-Jones. I ain't got no hate for him. Do you think Levi makes it to the 53 roster this year? Great question. Oh, my God. He played last year. First off, shout out to Levi Onwuzurike. All odds against you. You made the team and played the whole year. You know what? I'm going to say yes. He makes the team. I'm going to say it. That takes, I don't know his mentality, but all I know is what I went through for a fusion, and for him to get a fusion, come back, and play in the National Football League is amazing. This dude has got a heart of gold, and his determination is something that we don't give him much credit for. I don't think anyone understands how when you get a fusion, there's no, like, you're permanently in that fusion spot, wherever that spine is. Like, I can't look up past this. This is as far as my head goes because my neck's fused. My vertebrae are fused. And the pain that you deal with. So, you know what? Yes. He makes it. Finally get a new girlfriend. Oh, that's funny. Stop listening to them. Woodward Sports is better. I like the heavyweights for them. I'm more of an Adam, Jeff, Booner. I'm more of their fans. The Crunch Time crew. And Adam Baydoun. That's my guys right there. I felt like they were done bad by Woodward Sports. So I'm not going to hate on, though, the Speakeasy and Spenmo Rex. Love those guys. Broder seems cool. Let's see. Flannel. I got no issue with him. I got really no issue with a lot of those. It's just the owner. Silver Rush is back to the D. What's up, Mike Jesus? What's up, man? Hey, let's get to 100 likes. We're 21 away. 21 away, we'll do an Ultra Combo. Silver Rush, we'll see. We shall see. How do you feel about some of the NFL rules? I think we're becoming a pansy league. I'm going to keep it 100. This is football, folks. You get rid of every tackle, and it's always against the defense. I know they like offense. I know this. I know that. I like defense, too. I like hard hits. You know, one of my favorite players as a Detroit Lion was Quandre Diggs because he hit so damn hard. I like hard hits. I love it. I love physical players. I played wide receiver, okay? And it's okay, man. It's a physical sport. You're going to get hurt. MMA. Do you think that we got to ban the punch? It's a physical sport, right? Boxing. What are you going to do? Ban the punch? It's a physical sport. Mike Tyson's about to beat up on Logan Paul. Okay? It's a physical sport. Rugby over there in Europe is way more physical than NFL football. You watch rugby and you're like, my God. Good God. Oh, yeah, Braylon Edwards, too. I do like Braylon Edwards. Definitely got to give him some love. I like his takes. You thinking the same Thanksgiving uniforms? I think the alternate uniform is going to come out in Thanksgiving and maybe another game that is on prime time somewhere. Do they keep Rodrigo? I like Rodrigo as a backup linebacker. Could he be off the team? It could be. I think he makes the team, right? I think he makes the 53. Anthony Pittman is gone, and he can play defense and he can play offense. So, look, I like Malcolm Rodriguez, but that could be a player who does get cut. Make no mistake about it. He's at the near the bottom of the roster, but I like Malcolm Rodriguez. Especially when you can play multiple roles, it really does make your benefit special. The dude plays 3 phases: special teams, offense, and defense. That's pretty damn hard to do. So I give credit to Malcolm Rodriguez. I do. And he's young. He's a young player. It's not costing the Lions anything to have him on the roster. They need to revise the OT rules. Both teams need at least one offensive possession, i.e. Seattle game. Yeah, I can see people's views on it. But I also do like defense. I want my defense out there to make a stop. But you're right. Maybe they both should do a possession. I tell you what, I love the college overtime rules the best. I do like college the best. I don't think that would work in the National Football League because it's pretty easy to get a touchdown if you're in that area. But I do like their rules is the best. Yeah, he is a G. Well, I want to say he's not. I don't think he will. I mean, I'd say 90% not get cut. But, I mean, there's a little percentage in there. Do you think Stephen Gilmore will play? He'll have an opportunity. He's going to have an opportunity in preseason and all training camp. I would like him to play. He made the roster. They never played him when Jerry Jacobs was playing bad. I wanted them to go out there. So I don't know if he'll get playing time. I don't know. I'll say he makes the team. That's as far as I'm going to go there because he didn't play any time last year. And we were playing bad in the secondary. They upgraded the secondary, so it's going to be difficult. I say he makes the 53. If there's some insane amount of injuries, he'll play, but that's about it. OT should not be decided on a cone flip. It shouldn't be, but you do got to have defense too. You do got to have that defense, but I do agree with you. It shouldn't be. Yeah, Rodriguez, special teams tag. He is. Definitely want him back. Yeah, for 100%. He's great. He plays on all 3 phases. He's not like elite at anything, may I add, but he's good. He's good at a lot of things, and sometimes that's good to have a player like that. Alabama is exactly where we draft. We draft from Alabama. Hi, Mike. What edge prospect is the best at containing running backs? Ooh, LM. I'm not going to say a specific player. I think it's predominantly scheme, in all honesty, and over-aggressiveness by our own players. That's the reason that we're not containing the quarterback. You are right, though. That is the biggest issue right here, and that's the unspoken, mitigated disaster for our football team. We go to the Super Bowl if Brock Purdy's not rolling out, okay? We beat Seattle if Geno Smith's not running. We sweep the Chicago Bears if Justin Fields not running. That is the biggest problem with this football team, and I don't know if it can get fixed by players. I don't know. Because everybody is sucking at it. So when it's a whole team of suck, that includes linebackers, it includes the defensive line. Like, we cannot do that anymore. This needs to be ingrained in these players, this training camp, and this offseason. Stop the mobile quarterback. Now DJ Reader's going to help up the middle, they can't just run in the middle, but it's not going to do anything if they're running out to the left side. Jalen Reeves-Maybin's fast, that can help. You know, we gotta have some fast guys out there defensively, speed. But you're right, that's the worst. To blame, I'm going to say 50%. I think it's 50-50 here on players and scheme. Because when all the players are doing it, they're all sucking, then it's got to do a scheme. But at the same time, you can't just put all the blame on a coach. You got to put it on the players because I'm sure he's saying, don't over-pursue, stay in your lanes. It sucks, man. If they can fix that, the Lions definitely, their defense will help us go to a Super Bowl. They fix that. That's the biggest issue. This whole team. Where'd Don the Goat Burr at? Is he in here? Someone's naming out Don the Goat Burr. Well, Don the Goat Burr. Wherever you at, Don the Goat Burr. Is there any truth to rumors that Kool-Aid is lazy at practice and not fully committed to football? I don't know. I mean, they're first off, you're going to hear a lot of BS thrown out there about said players, and that's coming from teams trying to get that said player. So don't believe any of the BS right now, okay? Don't believe it. There's going to be so much garbage rumors that come out of players, it's ridiculous. All the teams are going to want to get their said player, so don't believe any of it at all. It's all BS. Wait till after the draft. Do you think they're going to extend Jared Goff this offseason? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do think they're going to extend him this offseason. I'd say a 4-year deal extension. He's already got 1 year left to make it 5 years. He would be here until he's 34. That is a good. That's probably what they're going for. I think the scheme was ran to suit talent. AG is man coverage guide. They played a lot of zone. Yes, they did. Corners who can't stick to the wide receiver. That's 100%. The corners got to stick to the receiver. But that defensive line and those linebackers got to stop these quarterbacks from finding these gigantic holes. Like, because you're seeing nobody in the middle of the field and the running back is there. So I'm not happy with that. $10 super chat. Thomas Leach with a $10 super chat. Huge shout out to Thomas Leach. Put him in some love in the comments below. Hey, Mike, I don't get to catch you live very often. Thanks for carrying the torch and keeping us informed year round. Go Lions. Thomas Leach, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely got to keep you informed. NFL 24/7. 2-4-7 all the time. National Football League just keeps on going. Keeps on going. Smoke and mirrors. Absolutely, Bo. You are 100% correct. Thank you, Thomas Leach, for that super chat. You're a real one, brother. You are a real one. Who are you glad we did not sign this year in free agency? Lisa DeLorenzo is correct. Will Harris. I didn't care that they signed Sudfeld. I don't care that they signed anybody else. If they signed Will Harris, I'm going to lose my mind. This guy has zero value to this team. That would be the one guy I say, what in the heck? But it doesn't look like he's coming back. Oh, and then my whining will end. Because if he leaves, I don't have any distaste for any players on the team. I really don't. I think like everybody brings something to the team. It may not be something that you like. Hell, I could even say Jason Kabinda has a little bit of a role. And I actually like Jason Kabinda as a person. I just don't think he's got much of a role here. But he could play fullback and tight end. So at least there's something there. But Will Harris brings nothing to the team. And by the way, it's nothing personal against Will Harris. So I know he don't like me. All right? He can't stand me. It is nothing personal against you, dude. I know you're more athletic than me. You would smoke me in football. You would crush me in football. You're a much better player than I'll ever be, ever in my entire life. I just don't think you're Detroit Lions material anymore. I think we got to go in a different direction. So it's nothing personal. I'm sure he's a great guy. Let's see. Mike, are you going to be able to come on LOYL with Coach Man Dan? Oh, Lions Talk Live? Yeah, anytime. So he posts a link. We have a feed, and I always tell Dan, just post the link in there, man, and he just forgets to post the link. So we have a feed, and generally I throw my links in there, or any other people throw their links in there. Hey, you want to join, and that's what we usually do. And so he is a busy guy, but yeah, I always go on his channel. He always come on here anytime he wants it. I'll pretty much get on with anybody. Like Crunch Time, those guys just hit me up. I'm like, hey, yeah, get on. Anyone get on? I get on with any content creator. There's maybe one I probably want to get on with, but that's really about it. Let's see, hashtag Mike. Could we get Justin Simmons? I think he would be worth it. Could we? Yes. Will we? I don't know. I don't think so. I think he probably signs after the draft. Some of these guys are going to be signed after the draft. I really do believe that. So we'll see. I don't think so. I really do believe this is the most they got. If they want to get another safety, they can get up a backup guy, or they get one in the draft. Probably like to get a veteran safety back there because there's a lot of young guys. He would make the team better. He would make the team better, absolutely. Hey, man, I just don't want people to think it's personal. It's not personal at all. Like, I have no personal vendetta against anybody. I know he hates me. I know, I get it. Hey, man, I'd hate me too if I'm constantly saying I sucked. So, let's see. I truly believe Holmes makes a move from 29 up or down. I agree with you, Liam. I'm going to say 80%. I really, truly do not believe we're going to be sitting at 29. We'll go up or we'll go down. We got 7 draft picks. Brad Holmes has traded. Has he traded every year? Let's see. Now with the Penei Sewell, we didn't trade. That draft we did trade. Okay, we did trade in that draft. It was the 4th round for St. Brown? I can't remember. And then the second year, obviously, we made a trade. Right, we made a trade as well. Jamison Williams trade, the Brian Branch. We actually traded up to get Brian Branch. We traded up to get Broderick Martin. They're going to trade. I just don't know where it's going to be. You can look at teams that they're used to talking to. New Orleans Saints, Denver Broncos could be. Sean Payton's a connection there. I don't know exactly where the Rams are in. They're late, though. That's a late, obviously, because they went to the playoffs and we beat them. You could see a situation where it's teams generally that they have connections with. That's probably what it will be. Mike, can you imagine how mad our fan base will be if we trade out of the first round this year, the draft? I wouldn't be mad. I want to know why. Would you be mad if the Lions traded out of the first round? I'm not going to be mad. We're at the end of the first round. So, like, I don't want to just take a player because the draft is in Detroit. We trade, dude. Look what we did last year in the second round: Brian Branch and Sam Laporta. So no, I don't care that the Lions are forced to take a pick because the draft is in Detroit. I don't believe that's the case. I think that's a bad way to look at it. If there is no first round talent in their mind at that pick, then you trade back. Don't be forced to do anything just because we're in Detroit. The draft is in Detroit for 3 days, folks. It's not, everyone looks at the first round and think it's the end-all, be-all. It is not. The draft is big for all rounds, man. Like, I know a lot of Lions fans, or really dedicated ones, will watch day 3. Day 3 is hard to get through, but make no mistake about it. I'm not going to be mad at all if they trade out. In my last mock draft, I traded out, and a lot of people were pissed off. And I'm like, why? I traded out in my mock draft at 29. I would have took Darius Robertson at 29. Okay? I get him, I think it was at 33. So, like, what the hell, man? Like, I don't understand it. The only thing that's a really big benefit for their first round, and I think is a huge benefit, is the extra year on the rookie deal. You get the 5th-year option. That's really it. But, folks, we've been on for an hour, and it's that time. Appreciate everybody hanging out. See you next week. Couple weeks, we'll be live for the NFL Draft. It's going to be epic. I don't know if we're going to be we'll be at the Soaring Eagle Casino, and then day 2, I'm going to go to Detroit, probably hang out with the Jeff and Adam Baydoun for Crunch Time and Boone. I'm going to hang out with those guys probably on day 2, and maybe we'll be live on their channel. I'll just hang out at one of their houses. Hang out with one of those guys. That'd be fun. With that said, maybe I'll stop at Woodward C Speakeasy too while I'm out there. Speakeasy and spend more racks. Say what's up to Braylon. I'll probably do that like some of those guys there. So this 3-day draft is going to be epic. With that said, folks, adios.
a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great.